we are wrapping up July. I don't know about you, but I think this year is going by quite quickly. Okay, let's get straight into it with my favourites. I haven't finished a book again. I'm like reading 3 books at the moment, and it's been a bit slow going. So I haven't finished any yet. So no book of the month. Right, films. I don't know why, but I've watched some really bad films this month. And so my favourite film of the month isn't exactly award-winning great, but it was like the best out of what I've watched. Okay, so I watched The Descendants Fall. I have no idea why they did it. To me, the story already ended and it wasn't very good. The songs weren't very good. The story wasn't great. The only like really good thing about it was you got to see Brandy reprising her role as Cinderella. That was nice. Yeah, that was pretty much the highlight. It was not a good film. So yeah, no idea why they decided to do it. No. So I watched that. I also watched My Spy 2. And again, it wasn't very it wasn't very good. I expected more. The first one was way better, I think. The second one, because she's been like training kind of thing to like be a spy since for like 4 or 5 years, I wanted her to have like a really amazing like fight scene, and I got a fight scene, but I thought she'd have more fight scenes, like she'd be more of like an agent kind of thing, and it just wasn't very good. I'm not quite sure why they decided to do a sequel. The first one was better and it ended nicely. So yeah, so those were the bad ones. So when I tell you what my favorite film of the month is, you might be like, well, that was bad too. it it wasn't great, but it was entertaining enough for me to be like, yeah, this will do. Space Cadet. I'm not entirely sure why I thought I wanted to watch it. Maybe because of Tom Hopper. I like him. Maybe because I do like Emma Roberts. Not sure. But I watched it. It's not amazing, but it is my film of the month. But like I said, once you realise what other stuff I'd watched, it was like, not really great. Hopefully next month will be better, because obviously there's like Bad Boys and Deadpool and all of the good stuff has started to come out, so hopefully next month will be better. Okay, so film of the month for Space Cadet. It was fine. There was nothing amazing about it, but it had moments that made me smile, so yeah, that's why it was film of the month. My favourite song of the month is Feather by Billie Eilish. I quite liked it. It was really nice little song. If you haven't listened to it yet, check it out. It's a good song. I can't fault it. That's why it was my favourite song of the month. It was really good. Right, my favourite show of the month was My Lady Jane. I wasn't going to watch it because I know the story of Lady Jane, and I wasn't really like in a mood for like depressing stuff. I'm gonna watch it because I know the history of Lady Jane Grey, and it's not a happy ending. It's not a happy life. It's not a happy ending. Was not gonna watch it, but then I found out it was like a fantasy sort of show, and that they were gonna like change history. So I was like, I might give this a go then. And I'm so glad that I did, and fingers crossed it gets renewed for a second season. So yes, if you haven't seen My Lady Jane, I recommend you give it a try. If you like fantasy and history and romance and backstabbing people, it was really good. I typically do not like shows that are based on historical people. if they're not going to stick to the story, which is why I wasn't going to watch the show. But because they put like fantasy stuff in it, I was like, okay, this is okay. This is okay. Because I like facts, and then you're like, oh, I wonder if that happened in real life, kind of thing. And it's like you do some like research, and you're like, yeah, that didn't happen, or that definitely wouldn't happen. So yeah, so check out My Lady Jane. It's on Prime. It's 8 episodes, I think. Not very many. They're about an hour long, and it was just, it was good. It is, and there's like famous people like starring in it, like Rob Brydon, Anna Chancellor, Dominic Cooper, a bunch of other people who I can't remember. But yeah, it was really good. It was a good show. Okay, so that was my favorites. Now we're going to do my goals. Right, so July, my goals weren't great, but they weren't terrible either. I managed to do quite a few. So I practiced the keyboard, practiced my Spanish. I finished my manifesting journal. Kind of was expecting a bit more out of it, but it's done. I've saved 10%. The only thing I didn't do was afternoon tea. I've been looking at it. Did you know that afternoon tea is like freaking expensive? Like it's 30 quid now for one person. And all you get is like these, no, it just, and these weren't even like themed afternoon teas, because I've seen like Bridgerton and Harry Potter and Alice in Wonderland themed stuff, and I was like, if it was that, I could understand the price, but 30 quid for afternoon tea, for no. And then I found one, and it was like really cheap, but it was because you got like a cup and then a little thing of cake, like a little thing of, and it was like, no, that's not afternoon tea. So I might do it at my house, might do it properly myself. Not sure yet, but I've moved it to August's goal. Practice the keyboard, practice my Spanish, meet up with my friends because I do that every quarter. Have a water balloon fight because the heat is probably going to be so much worse than it was this month. I mean, we had a few days and I thought I was going to die. Well, no, I didn't think I was going to die, but it's not been great. So August is probably going to be even hotter, so I think a water balloon fight will be really good. And then the afternoon tea. What are some of your goals for August? Are you able to complete your July goals? I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, bye guys.